The Columbia Center for Urban Agriculture was created in 2008 as a nonprofit organization. It originally started and organized under the Sustain Mizzou, a sustainability organization on campus. The urban farm, located on College and Smith, was subsequently established in 2010. The urban farm utilizes the full 1.3 acres it resides on by filling it with vegetables, chickens, native plants, and even bees. Today, urban farms have become more and more ubiquitous as people are starting to gain knowledge about the benefits of sustainable food systems and wanting to gain access to fresh produce in areas that this would normally not be feasible. As part of their mission statement, they aim to educate people on the source of their food and break down the barrier of where people live and where their food is actually produced. The urban farm also incorporates sustainable farming practices whenever possible on their land. The farm highly advocates composting and uses donated food scraps from downtown restaurants and horse bedding from an employee stable to create the compost. Carrie Hargrove has more to say about the urban farm.
As far as like how we got started, this is our fourth year being incorporated as a nonprofit. There are, bad at math, 7 employees and 3 AmeriCorps Vista positions. So we operate all the programs. So we do, this site is operating as a production farm, so we do restaurant sales and we do sell at the farmers market, but we also run what's called a Planting for the Pantry program, which is a philanthropy project where people or businesses sponsor us to grow food and donate it directly to the pantry. So that's kind of a new thing that we added this year, and it's really been taking off, and hopefully we can generate more kind of revenue from that so that we can donate more of our produce instead of this is going to be our greenhouse, which is in a lot of ways built out of home materials as well, the windows and a lot of the lumber. It's a lot of seconds lumber and that kind of thing. We do buy the barrels, but even the barrels are repurposed because they used to have something else in them. They used to have molasses in them. So they're we've washed them quite a bit, and now the flies don't land on them anymore, so I think we've done a good job. But, so this is, we'll see. The idea is to have this finished by the time winter happens. So.
Right.
That's the goal.
Did you just go green?
We'll see. I don't know. We never had one before, so we don't know what we'll do with it necessarily. Our farm manager, Carrie Hargrove, she has a better idea about what its primary uses will be. We've been using kind of random greenhouse space all over the city in the past to do our starts and that kind of thing as well. So I don't know what we'll do as far as growing through the winter in the greenhouse, but we'll certainly need it in the spring, early spring. I mean, in spring for farmers starts, like late January. So if you want to start doing crops to put in the ground. See, what I kind of mentioned, we keep these green rows in here, helps to prevent erosion on the farm. It also lends itself well to this permanent bed method that we use. So we don't move them. There's no we do a crop rotation by quadrant of the farm, but we never move the beds. Like the walkway will never be the bed and the bed will never be the walkway. It just always is where it is. And so we take care of the soil that way. And you can really tell the difference between this soil that you're walking on and this soil that we're planting in, which is a whole lot just a whole lot lighter and darker, a whole lot different because it's gotten compost in it and amendments, for 4 years. There are compost piles on this side, and you can see this is the one that we're using now, so it's labeled with that do not add kind of thing. This is the one that we're actively adding to.
And where do you get all your waste from?
Yeah, so we use the chicken bedding from these, and we also just up until right before the Hootenanny had meat birds as well, but those were for the Hootenanny, and so they're gone now. Except for we have a little bit left that we're using for the volunteer appreciation dinner tomorrow. But so we just put that stuff on there. We also use leaf litter and some hay and that kind of thing as well. But so, and then the food scraps we pick up from some of the restaurants that we sell to. And we also use just kind of the refuse from the farm here as well. So, yeah, we pick up the food scraps from Uprise, so there's lots of coffee grounds and bread and whatnot in there. And then we have the laying hens as well. And, I don't know, 24, 28, 20-something of them. And so the front half of this building is their chicken coop, and the back half is the shed for opportunity gardens and landscaping. That's why we call it the coop shed. It was supposed to be just a chicken coop, but it got to be the most overbuilt project, and so we just turned it into many functions instead, which has been really useful. So I'm glad that we did that. But we take care of these ladies. We don't have any roosters. We just have the chickens, the hens, and so their eggs are all unfertilized, and they have their laying boxes that are right inside of the shed there. But for now, because it's still so nice outside, they're roosting outside at night. As far as their water system, you can kind of see on the left there, we have the chickens screened on little nipples. Around the water in that barrel comes off of the roof of the chicken coop itself. So as long as it's raining, they have water, and otherwise we'll just fill it up with hose. But we water the whole farm with city water. We have a hydrant. So.
About how productive is the farm?
I mean, I guess that depends on what you want. I mean, we donated more than a ton of produce last year. I don't have a count of how much we've sold or how much we've grown totally. But if you need that, you can email me and I'll get it from Carrie.
Like, is it's economically feasible?
Yeah. Right now, the farm sustains itself, but not the salary for anyone to run it. So we're.
It's on volunteer basis, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, we're lucky in that we're such a, because we're an organization running this, and the farm has so many different functions that we can pull from lots of different revenue streams to take care of the farm itself and to support the staff that are using it. So, every year we get closer to the farm being completely sustainable as we become increasingly more sustainable as an organization. So.